to so-called trends and the world. This is Six Towns Radio.
Monday the 11th of November saw the launch of the Mitchell Arts Centre's Christmas production, Rock Nativity. The Mitchell Arts Centre will be bringing to the stage a high-level amateur production of Rock Nativity, a hugely enjoyable musical version of the Christmas story. It's a fantastic show for the whole family, giving a contemporary and realistic view of this extraordinary event, accompanied by a superb pop rock gospel score. Rock Nativity is written by David Wood, with music by Tony Hatch and Stoke-on-Trent's very own Jackie Trent. It was commissioned by the now Sir Cameron Mackintosh for the 1974-75 Christmas season in Newcastle upon Tyne. It is a combination of contemporary music, carols, recitatives, dialogue and direct speech to the audience. This family musical is a modern equivalent of the medieval mystery play. The Mitchell Arts Centre is a youth charity. The building itself has been there since 1957 and was refurbished in 2011 with a grant from the Vic Fund. As part of the funding criteria, the asset was transferred from the City Council to the charity. As a youth charity, the Mitchell Arts Centre want to work with the young people of the area and to provide work opportunities for them. This launch itself is an historical event. As in previous years, theatre companies and youth groups had hired the auditorium to put on their own events. This year will be the first time that the Arts Centre residents have produced a show themselves. This is so important to them that in the current economical climate they can start to produce their own productions and generate much needed funds for the youth work that the charity will be doing. Rock Nativity is kicking off a new era in the history of the Arts Centre. They aim to give young people in the area, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds, the opportunity to get involved with the Arts Centre and creative industries, to learn new skills and to improve their self-worth. I chatted to production crew and cast about the show and also about the Mitchell Arts Centre itself. Paul Heath is not only a producer of the show, but he's also a director of HSL Entertainment, who in conjunction with the Mitchell Arts Centre are producing the show. And I asked Paul about the sets for the production. When I was researching about the show, I read on David Wood's website that the initial incarnation of the show was a very basic set anyway.
Yeah, it was originally I think it was mid-70s, I think.
74, 75.
And so it's developed. Although the show itself hasn't changed at all, it's been done, but it's very easy to sort of like update with things.
Yeah.
So we're doing when Stoke Youth did it here. They did it with like probably about 30, 35 in the cast.
Yeah.
We're doing it with 15, so it's very much an ensemble cast whereby all the people are on stage all the time, and then the three guys that are playing the kings slip a purple jacket on, let's say for instance, and they become the kings.
And change the characters.
Yeah. The three shepherds will slip a scarf and maybe a beanie on, and they become the shepherds, and then they slip back into the ensemble. Yeah, the only exception to that is Mary, Joseph and Herod, who are fixed characters.
The constants.
The constant characters. But everybody else moves. Like Junk is doing Simeon. He's got a great voice. Junk, amazing.
It's okay, it's okay.
And then he's also playing one of the shepherds, and he's also playing one of the guards. It's that type of show where they come out.
It's all hands-on, isn't it?
Yeah, all little incidental bits. You've got your main four core characters, and then all the others form part of that ensemble.
Yeah, bits of the jigsaw that hold it all together.
Hold it all together.
Yeah. Rock Nativity was one of Sir Cameron Mackintosh's first shows, but Paul went on to explain that there was a lot of resistance from certain quarters of society back in those days.
It went into London in the 70s, early 80s. I think one of the biggest problems was at that time, there's quite a lot of... The church took a very dim view of theatre in them days. And you got Godspell, Jesus Christ Superstar,
Josie.
Rock Nativity, Joseph, and it was like, whoa. Thankfully, that mentality, and I can say this because I was brought up in the church, that mentality has changed for the better. And now they take on board what it's about rather than...
They can see it as a vehicle now,
They can see it as a vehicle rather than something that's there as a sinful act, you know. And that mentality has changed for the better, and that's why this type of show has accepted a lot more. This type of show, more than Godspell and Rock Nativity, Godspell and Jesus Christ Superstar, sort of bridges that boundary better because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And whether you believe in the actual biblical story of the Rock Nativity is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, you go to most people and they know the Nativity story.
Exactly.
You know, every year the kids dress up in schools, don't they?
That's what I was thinking
with a
of,
towel
yeah.
on the head and the string, and
It's,
you know what I mean? We've all done it.
It's actually
We've all
taking the true spirit of Christmas,
Yes.
back
Yes.
to how it started, really. Because everybody's familiar with the Santa Claus and all that kind of bump that goes with it. And I think people have lost context of what Christmas really is about.
Absolutely.
And the nativity story is something that everybody's either experienced through the children or themselves.
Yeah, I think everybody, definitely in the UK anyway, is sort of like come across this story. There's nobody that doesn't know this story.
One of the Six Towns family is in the cast. His name's James Dorr, but better known to his listeners as Chunk. And I asked him about his part and the cast of Rock Nativity. I'm here with James Dorr. There's Chunk. So you're playing Simeon and one or two other roles in the show.
Yeah, it's a great part because literally I come on, I sing a song, and then I have a heart attack.
Oh, that's good then.
Straight after.
Yeah.
So that's me done.
That's short-lived then, isn't it?
Yeah, but then I go back into and do some chorus stuff as well, so it's great. But it's I've got to say it's going to be a magical show. Rock Nativity is. It's got a phenomenal first-class cast.
Yeah.
I don't know how they've got all these bits like. In the amateur scene, there's so many. There's people who think, "Oh, he's good. We'll go see him. We'll go see him. We'll go see him. We'll go see him." Or her. And that.
Yeah.
They're all in this show. Every single, honestly.
So it's like the fantasy football
It's
team
like
of
fantasy,
theatre.
honestly, yeah, definitely, yeah. It is a fantasy football league of
Brilliant.
theatre. It's just stunning. And we've got some great support as well. We've got Tommy, who's Rachel's fiance.
Yeah.
He's. Have you spoken to Tommy yet?
Not yet, no.
He's a well-established West End star. He's been in Sister Act. He's currently in Book of Mormon. He's in The Lion King, and he played the horse in War Horse. So really, really established West End star. And he comes down every single week on a Sunday, and sits down with us and goes through things with us. And he's just a lovely bloke. There's nothing to him. Just loves it.
Down to earth.
Honestly, yeah.
It's just like you then, really.
Yeah, just a bit. He's just a really, really nice guy, and it's nice to have that sort of talent giving us some advice, really.
I asked Chunk about his recent brush with the bright lights of the West End. Now, you're saying about West End performers. I've heard a little dicky bird that someone sitting across from me appeared on the West End stage.
Himself?
Yeah. Was it,
yeah.
and with the cast of Rent?
It was with the West End cast of Rent, yeah. It was, we were invited to go and our MD, Rob Norman, he played bass for the West End production. Yeah. And they said, come down and do it.
How did you find the experience?
All I can say to you is, for those people who don't know theatre, it's like being a Man United fan and being told you can go on for 90 minutes.
At Old Trafford. The dream ticket, basically.
Mate, it was just like, there's people like William Wheaton and stuff like that who was there, and they're just lovely, and they were just like, right, come on, let's sing Seasons of Love, and we sang some other songs with them as well. Yeah. And it was just a lovely night, and it was all for charity as well. Yeah. So it was that was definitely the highlights of the year, definitely.
I spoke with Rachel Faith and Tom Goodridge. I asked Rachel, who's playing Mary, how she coped with the cast playing multiple characters. I've seen that a lot of the cast are playing multiple characters. When it comes to with the rehearsals, do you find that difficult to concentrate on whether they're which character you're speaking to, or is it easy to sense?
It's really lucky for me and Mark, who's Joseph. We've got Jordan, who's Gabriel, and Dan, who's Herod, because we actually only play those parts.
The core characters.
Yeah. So then all the others who are actually on much more than we are, sing much more than we are, and are all at least 2 different characters, which is always the way it is.
Is it easy to tell which character they're playing when they do
because
assume that character?
Yeah, because they take on different accents or different stance, or we're actually only 3 rehearsals in, so we've all still got our books in hand actually, and sometimes we're scrambling to find where we are.
Yeah.
But even then, even though they've only had 3 rehearsals with the director, you can really see the different characters.
Yeah.
You've got shepherds doubling up as guards. You've got there's 3 evangelists, and they are I suppose the narrators of the piece. And you've got one of them that plays also Herod's secretary, so she's shifting there. You've got one of them who plays the innkeeper's wife, and she has a bit of a monologue, and she does it in a broad Yorkshire accent.
Oh, right.
Literally, she finished singing in a gorgeous 3-part harmony. She puts a penny on, she turns, and she's a completely different character.
Oh my goodness!
So it's actually not too bad. It's not, and it's different because last time I did it, when it was just the youth section, there's 40 of us, as there always is in the youth section.
Of course, yeah.
And now there's 14, so we do have to concentrate, but it really brings an air of, well, we work professionally, and it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's the same setup as a professional production.
Really
So far, there's been naps in rehearsals. There's no difference.
Yeah.
So everyone is just focused. They're there to do a job, and like I said, I'm lucky again because actually this is my job. So everyone else has got to work all day and then rehearse, whereas I'm just rehearsing. So I'm lucky.
That's fine. Yeah. Just flying your trade as you do.
Yes.
Yeah. I asked Tom Goodridge, professional actor and also producer of Rock Nativity, how he saw the amateur production in comparison to professional productions.
Honestly, I just look at the level of talent in the room and I go, do you know what, you're no different than any other West End star, because for me, it's about the energy and the focus that they invest into their characters. Everyone's very passionate, and that gets my attention, and that's where I come in. I connect to all of that. But no, we've got such a high standard. It's unreal. I was blown away. So I'm really thrilled to be a part of this. It's exciting for me to watch all of this kind of bubble away.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the end.
I was talking to John a few minutes ago, and I said he's already had his brush with the West End.
Yes.
with his guest appearance, shall we say? And I said to him, I said, how did you find that experience? And he said it's like a dream. It was like a dream ticket.
Yeah. I mean, you see, when it's your day-to-day life, when it's a completely different ball game. Of course, we're so lucky to perform for a living. We are so lucky. However, when it comes to having a normal life, buying a car, buying a house, no money. Nobody talks to us. Doesn't matter how much money you, unless you are earning big bucks. They're not interested. But but we're so lucky to do what we want. But the only difference is because myself and Jordan that are in the production do work professionally. But my dad's called in favours, you see. So
that's fathers do.
So we and because it's such a good project and because it is a charity, we obviously you like to give to charity, but both me and Jordan, when my dad approached us, we were like, do you know what, this is our bit. We can give our time. We can give our time. The actual performance is only 1 week, so it's only 1 week where we're not working, and the rehearsals then are Sundays, so when we wouldn't be working anyway.
And plus it's home, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's
back home.
For me.
Yeah.
And Jordan's family are based in Manchester,
That's not
so
too bad,
he can go home and they can get to see him and stuff.
Yeah.
But the only difference is that the cast are not getting paid. That is the only difference to the other cast that we've worked with, I think. Don't you? And you've got Dan Hughes Herod, who he's got loads. I don't think he's doing it at the minute, but he used to do all the pubs and clubs singing. So he's worked professionally as a singer as well. And you've got some of the older guys who've done the Shepherds, who've done a lot of directing. They've done all sorts. They've starred in a lot of things, done loads of pantos and stuff. So quite a few people have actually done bits of professional work and have decided, because just as it's a hard slog, I've decided, I keep thinking, maybe I'll get to a point where I'll say, maybe I should get a normal job. So that's what the cast made up, really. Not that they haven't got the ability to be professional, they've just decided, maybe finances or wanting family or whatever, that they